My Dandavat Pranams. I'm very happy to be here with you now by the desire of Srila Avaduta Maharaj and by the invitation of Narayan Didi. I'm joining you in this meeting. It's like a spiritual life, joining Krishna consciousness. You know, the first slogan when you were joining is chant Hare Krishna and be happy. That's what we hear. Maharaj saying that he is chanting Hare Krishna and waiting to be happy.
I want to ask Maharaj, how we can understand, is I happy? Because maybe I can be happy, I drink coffee and I'm happy, but it is not that happy what we can have after holy name of Lord Krishna. So if you allow, I will ask, I can ask this question. And Banavididi, happy, see you. Banavididi from Italy.
Anyway, I was saying that Krishna consciousness, Srila Madhusudana Maharaj, he told me something very unique, and this is coming from Srila Sridhar Maharaj. Happiness is not something that you can catch, you can hold, you can control, because happiness is a person. The Lord is happiness personified, and that kind of happiness is achieved when you surrender and when you commit forever. Then sometimes I think, oh, I'm a fallen soul. I don't think, I'm sure I'm a fallen soul. I was born not in a very nice spiritual family. And then I had to struggle with all the new things in Krishna consciousness. But what I heard from my guru, once I told Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, Gurudev, I was really like regretting, Gurudev, I'm not qualified. This is pretty hard for me. And then Gurudeva turned to me, with his smiling eyes, his shining, smiling eyes, and he said, where are the qualified devotees? Where are them? You tell me, where are them? Saying, he used to say, to joke, my disciples, they are crazy, they're lazy, or half mad. That was Gurudeva's conclusion. And of course, there are many qualified, like, Shila, just to quote, like to point Srila Avaduta Maharaj. He is wonderfully highly qualified, and I'm not giving my certificate for him. I saw my guru giving him so many times certificate. I was with Srila Govinda Maharaj when I was in a very big meeting, like big Russian devotees, sannyasis, and then they had a meeting. And then before the meeting, it was very political situation. And then Avaduta Maharaj, before the meeting, he asked Srila Govinda Maharaj something like this. I'm not going to open names and everything, but I will give you the idea. Avaduta Maharaj asked Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Govinda Maharaj, when you leave our world, can I establish someone else as guru in Russia? Then Srila Govinda Maharaj, screaming, like shouting his lungs out, he told, you are guru of Russia, no one else. And I was present. I had that fortune to be present, to see how much love and affection and confidence Srila Govinda Maharaj had for Avaduta Maharaj. So I started saying, about being happy. But how can you be happy in Krishna consciousness? How can you attract happiness for your life? Because we are searching for happiness. We are searching for comfort, for home comfort. We are searching for beauty. We are searching for mercy, for grace, for love. But how can you attract love to your area, to your heart? How can you have your heart ready to receive love, to establish a home for love? Is committing yourself. So the best qualification for a searcher, for the person who is searching for the Lord, the person who is searching for truth, is commitment. It doesn't matter if you are highly qualified in computer, in management, in any skills in this material world, but it matters if you commit to your servant, to your service. You commit as a servant, then you can attract a service to your heart. You know, my life is full of mistakes. Since I'm 58 now, since I joined Krishna consciousness, I was 21 when I joined. So since I joined, since I was 21 till now, I'm full of mistakes. I'm hopeless. And Srila Goswami Maharaj, he said something very important. When you are trying to leave the muddy area, the muddy pond you find yourself, you need to walk through mud. You cannot just leave mud in 1 second. You have to walk maybe long time, maybe sometimes depending on the devotee, he has more fortune, more spiritual fortune, more education, then he had more facility to walk through the muddy field. But in my case, I'm so falling and I had to cross so much, obstacles, and I'm still crossing obstacles. It's endless obstacles you're gonna find when you are trying to reach to Vaikunta, reach to Vrindavana Dham, Govardhana Dham. It's not an easy task. So when Acharya Maharaj said that I'm still waiting for happiness, means it's not cheap, and sometimes we take some words to encourage devotees. Okay, you clap. Oh, well done. But when you get more matured, we need to speak this openly. It's a hard task. You imagine, it's hard to become an emperor in this mundane environment. It's thousands, millions, billions of times more to become, Gurudeva's servant, to become a bhakta. It's not cheap. That's what we need to understand. It's not cheap, but the commitment, how you stick to the plan, how you just tell yourself, I'm a servant and that's it. It doesn't matter what's going to be. It doesn't matter anything else. I'm just a servant of my guru. And Srila Govinda Maharaj has a beautiful poem regarding this matter. He just say, I'm a servant of my guru. I'm a servant of my guru. That's the main thing in our lives. Okay, I'm a servant of every devotee, but mainly, the devotee who is opening the doors, who is bringing us to transcendence, who is bringing us to approach Lord Krishna is Sri Guru. And then you can attract happiness through Gurudeva, through committing yourself. Pranipat Pariprasna Seva. And mainly, Seva is the all-important. Pranipat and Pariprasna is very important, but Seva is all-important. If you surrender and you inquire, it's very important. But more than that is service. How I give my life in service to the Lord. How I give my energy to the Lord. I breathe for service. I blink for service. I walk, I sleep, I take prasadam, I meet persons. Whatever I do as a gesture to please my guru, to please the center of the organic whole, as Srila Sridhara Maharaj used to say. And then, like, slowly, you're going to attract you're going to attract happiness. Happiness is a person. Happiness is not just a feeling. Oh, I'm happy. It doesn't belong to us. It's not something that you can imprison. You cannot imprison happiness. Happiness will come to your heart when happiness personified is happy with you. When he can see, oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Maybe he's a nonsense boy. Maybe he's a little crazy, but he's committed. Because who is not a little crazy or a lot crazy in this mundane environment? So Srila Govinda Maharaj, he wouldn't see our faults, because if my guru was just, he was a judge, then it was not being possible for me to be with him. I wouldn't be elected to be near him. Maybe some devotees highly qualified, they would be near by my guru, but I'm a fallen soul. How can I be? It's like my dogs. I have 5 dogs, and I'm attracted to them by mercy, by affection, and that's what my guru had for me: affection and mercy. That's the way. But I committed to him. I told him, Gurudev, I'm yours. But to be his property, and just to manifest, just to say in words, there is a distance between just saying I'm yours and becoming his. There is a hard work to do. There is a hard work. There is a very long journey. I used to tell people, I've seen nice devotees, I've seen nice devotees joining, and like I sprint. Sprint, when you run like 100 meters or 200 meters, you have a sprint. And some devotees, they are genius, and they do this sprint, and everybody, they look and they say, wow, this is so wonderful. But then they stop after 100 meters. And this is a marathon. This is a forever marathon. This is a forever journey. If you think this is a temporary journey, then you're gonna meet some, at some point of your life, you're gonna give up. So you need to understand, this is a marathon. This is a forever commitment. Every day, every second, you wake up, you're gonna serve the Lord. You go to sleep, you're gonna serve the Lord. And when you can adjust yourself, forgetting the past, no future is in our mind, just the present moment. All our gurus, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Govinda Maharaj, I heard from their, I read their writings, and they say, every moment, that's what you get. You have nothing else. You don't have the past, you don't know the future, but you have the moment to think about the Lord, to glorify the Lord, to serve the Lord, to clean his house, to serve prasadam for the devotees, to work in whatever field your guru told you to do, but not as a sprint, not as 100 or 200 meters. This is a forever running, it's a marathon, it's a forever commitment.
Thank you, Maharaj. Jai. Hare Krishna forever.
Yes, that's it. Hare Krishna forever. It's a good slogan. Hare Krishna forever. But it's not easy. It's not cheap. But it gives our hearts some very nice feelings. And when you meet devotees, when you feel devotees are talking to you, asking for you, and you are asking devotees, like in the Chaturshloka in Gita, the Lord says, and it's according to levels of consciousness, levels of understanding and realizations, I give them, I put them together and give nourishing through each other. They nourish their hearts. How much are you hearing, getting the sound through your ears, and from the sound going through the ears and reaching your heart? This is read Karna read Rasayana Kata. This is the kind of Rasayana that comes through the lips of devotees, goes through your ears, and then reaches your heart with much joy. Then you feel, oh, I'm feeling some things really nice. I want to jump, I want to sing, I want to dance, because I'm connecting with some nice, sweet vibration coming from devotees, no one else. It's not coming. And sometimes I tell you, I have to confess, there are some Christian preachers, they are so enthusiastic about the Lord that when you hear from them, you get some nourishment to your heart, because a devotee is a devotee. It doesn't matter if he's following Christ or Muhammad or whoever he's following. He's following. He's a devotee, and when the devotee has that kind of Shakti, the sound, is full of potency coming from spiritual abode, then your heart is full of bliss. And that kind of food, that's what we need every day. We need that kind of food. We need to talk enthusiastically. We need to hear enthusiastically about the Lord. We need to have joy from devotees. And then we go to the streets, we go to preach, we go to distribute books, we go to touch other souls, because this is making the heart of our Guru happy. And then the Lord will be happy with us, and then he will send some current to touch our hearts. And this is Krishna consciousness. Nothing else is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is the sound vibration that can reach your heart and make your heart dance. That's what means Krishna consciousness. If it's not here, it's not just intellectual. You're not going to feel anything of joy intellectually. But when it can touch your heart, then you can feel some dancing in your heart. And that will give more crave. You are going to crave more. I want more that feelings. I want more. I want to approach more the Lord. I want to serve better. I want to give myself. Even if you feel I'm useless, I cannot do, it's not for me, because that's how I'm feeling every day since I joined it. I'm always out of dressing the uniform, using tilak. Since I joined, it was funny when I joined ISKCON, and then I was with some devotees in a trailer traveling in São Paulo state, and then one day I was sleeping, and I was having not a nice dream. Then I woke up, like suddenly I woke up and I shouted, "What am I doing here?" And that became a very funny sentence. Even my friends from ISKCON, they still repeat. When they see me, they say, "What am I doing here?" Like I was always asking, sometimes with Srila Govinda Maharaj, I was in his veranda, and what am I doing here? This is so crazy. What is attracting me? I was a surfer. I was on the beach, and a pothead, smoking pot all day long, and surfing, and being a useless man, listening music. And that was mainly my life when I joined it, when I met Krishna consciousness. And then for me to change all my traditions and friends and family was not easy. And I can tell you from my heart, it's still not easy, but I cannot go back to my previous life. I cannot go back because my Guru gave me some feeling, some taste for this beautiful, wonderful Krishna conscious life. You can be conscious of the Lord. You can see the Lord in every step. You can try to absorb yourself in some nice philosophy, nice books, nice pastimes, nice things about our spiritual family. It's nice because I'm looking the faces of devotees now, and I know quite many devotees. I see the pictures, and I met you in Moscow, I met you in Petersburg, I met you in Kiev, I met you in India, and it's so beautiful. It's just wonderful. And how powerful and how devoted is Srila Vaduta Maharaj. How amazing. I can tell you, once I was many times I was in Srila Govinda Maharaj's veranda, and then Srila Avaduta Maharaj would come later after lunch, but Gurudev was waiting him for lunch. Then Gurudev would serve him with his own hands from his own plate, and I would become very jealous. I would become very jealous. I said, why not for me? Because I was a useless servitor. And Avaduta Maharaj was running here and there and doing so much, bringing like hundreds of Russians and Ukrainians and Latvians and Thai people and Chinese people. And he was traveling the whole globe and bringing people to India to surrender to Srila Govinda Maharaj. And then Srila Govinda Maharaj would take rice, dal, sabji, and pakora and everything. So one day I approached with my plate to Gurudev and said, I want some too. And Gurudev looked at me and like, saying, oh, how useless you are. That was worse when I came to ask Srila Govinda Maharaj for some Mahaprasadam. And how much Srila Govinda Maharaj praised him. I heard some devotees, they say that Srila Vaduta Maharaj is just a businessman. They are aparadis, they are offenders. That's what they are. Because I saw Srila Govinda Maharaj glorifying Avaduta Maharaj to dress tie and suit, to dress as necessary for the service. But jealousy is pig stew in this world. Jealousy is pig stew, is useless, and people are jealous. And to be jealous of a gentle soul like Avaduta Maharaj means, you are sick. You need to purify your heart. So if the only thing for those who are jealous of Avaduta Maharaj is the only medicine to cure this disease for those who are criticizing Avaduta Maharaj is to serve his lotus feet, surrender to his lotus feet. And why they are jealous? Because the guy is just an amazing guy. He's a wonderful, big. He's not small. He doesn't do small things. He does big. He's in the level of the top. He's in the top of the world. He's dealing with top people, high-class people, presidents, actors, politicians, whatever people he meets, and also simple people. He deals with anybody and everybody to preach Krishna consciousness. And that's his capacity. I heard also people criticizing him because he has eye to see the manipulation of the rich people and the companies and pharmaceutical industries. He can see. He's a seer. He's not a fool. He's a brilliant man. And that's why he's walking in a very high level. He is dealing with high level. And those who are criticizing him, the only medicine to cure from that disease of jealousy, of being envious towards him, is to serve him. There is no other option for them. And I'm not saying because I'm giving my certificate to Srila Vaduta Maharaj. Who am I to give my certificate for him? I'm telling you, I heard from my guru how special Srila Vaduta Maharaj is, how special Vijay Raman is. They are special guys. They are special people. And he, mainly, all my years with Srila Govinda Maharaj, he glorified two persons, mainly. I'm not saying he did not glorify other persons, but mainly he glorified Srila Acharya Maharaj and Srila Avaduta Maharaj. All the time. All the time. He was always glorifying Srila Avaduta Maharaj and Srila Acharya Maharaj. To the point, one day he told me, Srila Acharya Maharaj could be the whole world Acharya. Acharya Maharaj could be his successor. I heard that from Srila Govinda Maharaj personally. But he would never tell Srila Acharya Maharaj to be his successor because Indian people would not accept. I heard that from Srila Govinda Maharaj. And also I heard so many glories of Srila Vaduta Maharaj.
Я услышала от Тривикрама Махараджа такую фразу, что если ты думаешь, что это хорошо, то это будет хорошо. Если ты думаешь, что это плохо, то это плохо.
Maharaj, there is a question from Narayani. You just told that if one thinks that it should be good, it should be good. If one thinks that it shouldn't be good, it won't be good. Could you please correct that?
И я долго думала над этой фразой, и я поняла, что все в сознании.
And I've spent quite a lot of time thinking upon that, and I understood it's all is within our consciousness.
Но мне пришла такая ситуация, что если я сейчас, там, например, не мама, и я думаю, что бросать детей, когда родители бросают детей, это плохо. Но потом, когда я становлюсь мамой и это делаю, и я думаю, что это хорошо, то это будет хорошо.
And one example came to my mind. For example, now I'm not a parent. And while I'm not a parent, I can think that giving up my children, it's not okay. When I become a parent, I might change my point of view and think that giving up my children is not such a bad thing.
И я хочу понять глубже эту фразу, чтобы не заниматься самообманом, а понимать на самом деле, что является хорошим, если мы в это верим, а что может быть нехорошим, если даже мы думаем, что это нехорошо.
Yes, Maharaj, you said that if we believe that it will be good, it will be good. If we believe that it will be bad, it will be bad. And in this connection, how we can believe this in good and not make self-cheating? You understand the idea?
Well, if you are surrendered to your guru, then no cheating. The main question is, are you surrendered to your guru? That's the main point. Gurudeva told me that personally. If you think is bad, then it's bad. If you think is good, then it's good. But as a surrendered soul, that's the basics, that's the prerequisite. Pranipat, Pariprasna, Seva. If you don't have Paniprat, Pariprasna, and Seva, you are nowhere. You are living a material life. Then the main thing is Pranipat, Pariprasna, and Seva. But everything is in the mind. Good and bad is in the mind. I heard from my guru, and that was very mind-blowing for me. Because I always thought, good is good, bad is bad. But Gurudeva told me, if you think is good, then is good. If you think is bad, then is bad. Everything is on the mind. But good is good, bad is bad for a surrendered soul. And good is good, bad is... if you think good is good, whatever you think is, to be good and to be bad, it's in the mind, right? But as a surrendered soul, you're going to get some result. As surrendered to material life, you're going to get another result. But it's there, always, because it's in the mental field. Someone, Bhakti Lata, she's asking, I think, or he, from QnA, in the chat, asking me a question. I remember your darshans on Kishoni, and your answers helped me in spiritual path now. Could you tell me what place do emotions take in service? Is it good for service? Pay attention to them? Well, we have all kinds of people. But, you know, Gurudeva gave the solution, emotion or devotion. You know, emotion means your feelings when you are not doing anything for your guru. And devotion means service. We always go back to this point, you know, service. It's all in our path. If you serve, you can be more intellectual and have less emotions, or you can have more emotions and less intellectual. But if you are a servitor, you're gonna have a place for whatever you are. Whatever you are is gonna be perfect if you surrender to your guru. So again, we are in the basics. Gurudev always told us, work in the foundation. Don't try to build anything before foundation. Work all your life in the foundation. But of course, you know, we are emotional people. We cannot just be brain. We cannot deny our feelings. But as I told before, if you are surrendered and if you are a servitor, then your emotions are good. But if you are not surrendered and you don't serve, then it's useless. So the point is not emotion or intellectuality. The point is if you are surrendered or not, if you serve your guru or not. Spiritual life is not a play, it's not a joke, it's a real thing. Vaikuntha is not something like a fabula, I cannot say in English, like a myth, like someone who invented that. No, we have the spiritual world, we have Vaikuntha, we have the Lord, we have devotees, and then fable. Yes, the one person told me, yeah, fable. You know, it's reality. What we are listening from our gurus is reality. How much are you applying for that? How much faith you have in your heart to give your life for that? That's the main question. You can be completely illiterated, or, you know, like no school, not if you're not very smart. Like, I have one example. There was a very nice, sweet devotee in Govardhan. I forgot his name now. Maybe someone can remember. He was always cleaning the floor to serve prasadam for us. Then he would tell us to sit down. Then he would put the plate, and then he would serve prasadam. Then we are like talking loudly, talking to each other, not even caring for him, not even looking at him, not even seeing him. And then after prasadam, he would come collect your plate, clean your place. And Gurudeva told, he's an Iskinchana Bhakta. And we are bragging ourselves, we're thinking ourselves great personalities. And that gentleman, that devotee, very unique, very simple, very poor, very detached. And Gurudeva gave him the certificate. He's an Iskinchana Bhakta. And why he's an Iskinchana Bhakta? Because he's full surrendered to the path. He's full surrendered to his guru. He is full surrender to the service, to the process of Shravana, Kirtana, and etc. The 9 process of Krishna consciousness. Full surrendered, no space, nothing for him, everything for the Lord. How much are you giving for the Lord? How much am I giving for the Lord? 10 minutes a day, half an hour a day, or 2 hours a day? How much am I giving? Sincerely. I mean, if we analyze, Gurudeva told us, our day has to have an account. We need to make the balance at the end of the day, how much I gave and how much I took for me. And we need to be positive. We need to be positive every day. Every day, our account has to grow. Then, about emotion, like I've seen Latin people from the area, from Mediterranean, like Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece, the Middle Earth, Mediterranean, they are more emotional. They have more, like then you go further north, you get people little different. But everyone has place at the lotus feet of Sri Guru. There is another question here. I'm reading Dandavat Maharaj. What does it mean to attract its service? Be there all the time. Ask for service. Cry for service. But when service knocks your door, don't refuse it. Never say no to your Guru. Never in your life say no to your Guru. If I had any qualification, means, I never said no to my Guru. Never in my life. And I crashed many times because what my Guru was asking me was very beyond my capacity to follow. But I never said no to my Guru. Never in my life. In 2 or 3 times, my Guru asked me things very crucial in my life, and I could not say no. Never say no to your Guru. Never say no to service. When service knocks your door, you just embrace it with all your heart. It doesn't matter whatever consequences you're going to face, because the consequences are not very pleasant sometimes. That's a fact. When you accept the challenge of service, the consequences are not very pleasant sometimes. That's why Mahaprabhu says, this shloka is Mahaprabhu saying, if the Lord kicks me or if the Lord embraces me, it doesn't matter. I'm accepting the challenge to be your servant. It doesn't matter. I'll be your servant. If you kick me, if I have a turmoil in my life, if I have any disease, if my health, and that's a kind of surrender we want for our lives. Like Gurudeva told me, the real perspective of prasadam is not dieting. Oh, I'm dieting because I want to lose weight because of my health. Gurudeva told me, we are servants of prasadam. The consequences in our body, we don't care because we are serving prasadam. We are servitors of prasadam. Prasadam is higher than us. Then we come, then comes another shloka. Tate nukampam sushamik shamano. This shloka saying, whatever comes to me is your sweetest mercy. If I become blind, are you ready to give the whole thing for the Lord, the whole comfort? That's what is requested from us. Give the whole thing and get the whole thing. Give your full heart and get his heart. In what frame of mind should we serve? That's I already told. It doesn't matter the consequence. That means love. When you don't care for the consequence means love. It's like a father and mother. When the mother gives shelter and when the mother serves the son, she doesn't care the consequence. She does whatever necessary to raise the children. Then we should do or die. That's the mindset for Krishna consciousness, is do or die. We want to belong to the suicidal squad. I'm not fit to be in the suicidal squad, but I'm crazy enough to apply. I'm with the paper in a big queue. I'm with the protocol, the forms, the paper to present in the desk of the suicidal squad. And I will do whatever they ask me as a test to be approved for the suicidal squad. And that's what Krishna consciousness is demanding from you. Krishna doesn't allow any competition. He wants you full, like your full self, your whole self, everything, every atom, every breath, every thought has to belong to him. That's the kind of love Krishna wants from us. Everything, every breath, every thought, every movement is for him, for Sri Guru, for the Vaishnavas. That and nothing less than that. The Lord is not a fool. You're going to give him 2 and you're going to get 100? Forget about. You're going to give him 2 and he's going to give you back 2. You're going to give him 5, he's going to give you back 5. But if you can give him 9, then you have a nice position, because he will arrange to give you 100, 95, 98, and he will be there to give you 100, because the Lord wants you more than 100%, but he will raise you to the level of 100%. But you should have a heart to give that 100% every day. That's the frame of mind. But if you are lazy, or if you are just thinking about your own comfort, and then the Lord will reciprocate accordingly. Tad vidi pranipatena, that shloka from Gita is saying that I give accordingly. I don't give more than nor less. I give accordingly what the surrendered soul is giving to me. So how much you have jnana, how much you have karma, how much karma means your own interest, and jnana means your own intellectual interest. Karma will give you rich position, nice life. Jnana will maybe can give you some freedom, some liberation, but we want Shuddha Bhakti, free from karma, free from jnana, and then you can enter the suicidal squad.
If we have not love and we make you our service with feeling of duty, not with love but with duty, I must do this. Not I don't want, but I must.
Yeah, that's life. We don't want to do anything. We want to just to be around and get some intoxication and have sex, having some good, nice place to live. That's mainly the material life. Who in full consciousness want, this is a very, very crucial point, who consciously wants to do whatever the master tells you. This is a very hard decision, and then you're gonna have to fight your mind, because mind wants to be just, we want to be just materialistic, as we came from. We are materialistic. We are nitya badas. We are eternally eternally entangled and eternally locked in material existence. So the nature of that kind of soul is the same for everybody. So surrendering means a process. Means, I don't want, but my guru wants. When Gurudeva, everybody knows that when Gurudeva came to live at the mat, Srila Sridhar Maharaj asked him, are you ready to follow my mind and not yours? So the mind doesn't want to engage in so many things. But then we need to fight our mind, to fight our own desires, and just to be obedient to Guru. And then you're going to have more and more strength and blessings from the upper level. Blessings is all important because, you know, the strength and the clarity and the joy, everything will come from blessings. If you have blessings, you have everything. But to have blessings, you need to show some attitude. I don't know if I'm answering. I'm listening sometimes, maybe broken English, broken through sound, broken communication, and I'm just guessing and trying to say something. Yes, that's it. If we don't have love, but we do our seva from sense of duty, we, you know, in general, we don't have love. Guru has love. We need to have respect. We need to respect what they demand from us. We need to obey. We need to surrender. They have love. They have love for us. Because love became a very cheap thing in Kali Yuga. Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Love is not cheap thing. Gurudeva Srila Govinda Maharaj had love for all of us. That's a fact, because he sacrificed his whole life for us. This means love. Love is not just a feeling. Love means in an attitude. He served. He was worried about what kind of toilet we need. He gave every breath to serve his guru, and naturally serving all the devotees, all the newcomers, all the crazy people coming. And out of love, he destroyed the reputation of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat with all kind of crazy people arriving in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. Out of love, they opened the doors for us. They are the love personified. What kind of love do we have? Love means some gesture, some attitude, some, you know, do something, give something. Then when you put on the table your energy, your life, your family, your property, everything, then you are showing some gratitude. Mainly what I saw Gurudeva saying, many people coming, many people are approaching Guru and telling Guru, oh, Gurudeva, I will do this, I will do that, I will do that. This is not a proper way. The proper mood is, Gurudeva, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? How can I serve you? How can I serve the interest of your mission? How can I serve the interest of your heart? How can I join your group of servitors? How can I serve your servitors? That's the proper mood.
Okay, Maharaj, please give us some advices for our spiritual future.
Yes, there's a simple advice. It's for me. It's for everybody. Never give up. Never give up. Never. It's a beautiful life. Krishna conscious life is a beautiful life. Never give up. Whatever comes to you, much money, no money, healthy, no health, whatever comes to you, never give up. Never give up. Just proceed. Proceed like a crazy man. Don't worry about the environment. All pandemia, all these things in the world, war. Now we have a nasty situation for Ukrainian devotees and for Russians too, because so many Russian devotees, they are suffering to see their brothers suffering in Ukraine. But this is mundane environment. We don't care. We proceed in our journey. We are crossing the mud, and we have to have our eyes fixed in Vaikuntha, our eyes fixed in our Guru's lotus feet. Don't give up. Don't be distracted by anything in this world. Anything should take your attention from the lotus feet of Guru and Gauranga. Never give up. Put that in your mind. Never give up. Proceed. As possible by you, proceed. And life will be, like Gurudeva told me, life will be more better. Gurudeva used that word, more better. Because I told him, what happens if we give up? No, I told him, how will be next life? And Gurudeva told me, more better. With a big smile and shining eyes, Gurudeva told me, more better life. Don't give up.
Maharaj, please accept our obeisances, our hugs, and thank you very much for your so hot words, so important for all devotees. And I hope that we will see you in not only online forwards years, maybe. Will be soon.
My Dandavat pranams to you all. I'm very honored and very happy to have this opportunity to speak my heart, to exchange my heart with you. I know I'm a fallen soul. I'm no one, but as a servitor, I need to follow the service. So Srila Avaduta Maharaj is giving me some chance to exchange my heart with the devotees, his friends, and I'm very thankful and very happy that you welcomed me in this meeting. My Dandavat pranams. Jai Srila Govinda Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Avaduta Maharaj ki Jai. All the devotees ki Jai. Bye bye.
Vijay, Trivikram Maharaj ki.
Jai.